Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're back in our front Zen style garden and we will continue planting in this area. We have released 2 videos last year, I'll link them in case you haven't seen them yet. And today we will be planting all these plants you can see here. So here we have our remaining Japanese azaleas. Most of them you can see are already open, blooming in white. And then we have 2 Japanese hollies right here and 2 Japanese white pines. And so all these plants will be planted in the back area here, somewhere this part of this Zen style garden. Now we have done recently a few planting videos where I've spoken about how to plant the plants and what I do when I plant and so on. So I will not be talking about planting so much in this video. I will more focus about how to place the plants, how we what we try to consider, and you'll see me planting, but I will not talk you through again, so you can check out the other videos for that. Now let's get started with placing the first plants. So at the moment I'm just starting to place them randomly, so we know we want the azaleas in that area here, and I'll place a few more and then we'll do the adjustments at the end. Let's see, back there. So they should be growing together over time into like one big plant. So you can see they're quite large actually. So I'm placing them a little bit closer anyway and will not leave too much gap. Now let me grab the next few. Here. So I'm trying to place the larger ones here where we have more soil, because on that level here we cannot go any deeper down. So that's basalt rock, and underneath we have a foot deep layer of drainage gravel, so we can't dig into that. This means I can only go as to here basically, so this would be the absolute bottom for the holes that I'm digging, and this is why I have to place them up here. Maybe some smaller ones I can place at the front to fill this in a little bit. We'll see how that works. Otherwise we'll place them in this area here at the back. Okay, so this is a smaller one. I'll try this one maybe here, we'll see. What we have done also here in order to place these azaleas is to raise actually this mound. So we raised the ground level. My mom actually kindly helped doing that. She's really great in working the soil like that, so it looks like that in like doing these little landscaping jobs. She always does that for us. And so this is why the soil here is a bit different to the rest, where you can already see moss growing. Now let me place the last one. I think I'm gonna go around and put this one here, maybe there. So this is the last smaller one, and I'll be placing this here at the rock, and later on I'll prune it so that I cut out the rock shape here, so it looks like it's growing into the rock. Then I just remember that this one here is actually not right, because we had a Scots pine in here that unfortunately didn't survive transplanting, and we will place one of the Japanese white pines here in this spot. So this one will go here to really fill out this area, and then also that small one isn't really right where it is, so that also I will try to place the smaller ones like here to fill out this area. So I'll leave them down here for now, because they will tip over if I place them on the slope here. This is now the final arrangement, how we're going to be planting them. And also, as you see now, this is our main viewing angle. So for us, this looks nice as it is. We have just swapped 2 small ones, one from back there, put it here. And the one that was at the very end, the blooming one, is now back there because it's a smaller one. So that looks fine to us. And here, these larger ones, I've placed them for now just at the edge of this slope. When I plant, I will put them about here, so just on the slope, so this will be more filled out towards the front here. Now, before I start planting, I will place the other remaining 4 plants, and then we'll see how the entire picture looks. Right, so I have 2 Japanese white pines here. We have a home for one, and for the other one, I think I'm going to take this. I will be placing it behind this big rock. The idea here is that we have a Japanese black pine one day when we find one growing here up, you know, that we shape. It's very difficult to find Japanese black pines, so this year so far we were not successful with that. We found these white pines though, and I just thought this maybe would look nice to have one here. This is a Ryu-ju cultivar, so this is more like a dwarf cultivar. It stays smaller. I will also over time start to prune it. You see it starts to grow, not for this year and probably not for the next few years, because it can be a little bit bigger about here. I've had a look at the black pine from your perspective. It looks really fine, so we'll leave it there. Then I've also placed those 2 Japanese hollies. Also had a look already. I think that's looking fine. This is a red pine, a native red pine here, and over time this will grow larger. This actually has grown from seed in our garden, and we will prune these lower branches when it's a bit taller, so it will not grow into this one here. And before I place the last white pine and start planting, in case you're wondering about the fence, because you keep seeing this like old broken bent fence in the background, this is not our final fence. This is just temporary, and we will whenever put up a nice wooden wall, actually similar to the cladding you can sometimes see on the videos, to tie it all in. And this is also why we stay away with the plants a little bit and do not plant anything right here at the fence, because this will all have to be dug up. Whilst I'm grabbing here the last white pine, oops, you can see that this is our cladding here, and so the wooden fence just right there will be looking quite similar to this. This is large wood, so it doesn't need any treatment. It's really great. Normally it turns gray over time. This one is starting a little bit, but this is the northern side of the house, so this is why it takes a lot longer to go from this like yellowish original color to this grayish color. Anyway, let me place the pine just right here. That looks nice. I like that in front of the rock. And then the idea is by having this wooden fence here to create this enclosed area, enclosed front garden. Originally we wanted to have a white wall, but then we found this doesn't actually fit to our garden, to the house, so we decided for a wooden fence to tie it in also with this side of the house. And hopefully this will all look nice and really enclosed and more typical for Japanese style front gardens. And then you can't also see the road anymore, and you can't see the lower bit of the forest. You just see the forest above, which is fantastic, but not this like road bit here. So that's the idea. When this will happen, we don't know yet. Maybe this year, maybe next year, maybe in 2 years, I don't know. But we'll certainly have a few videos about it.
It's a long wall that's got to be built.
Yes, it's pretty long. It would go all the way down to our car park, actually, so to the other side of our plot. And that's 63 meters, I think it is, 60 meters. Don't know in feet, I'll put that in. And no, it's about 180 feet, I think, approximately, so it would be a long wall. And yeah, so we didn't get to that yet. We have a fence that's good because we're next to the forest, so we don't want deer or other animals to come in. But so it has a, it has a good function. This is why it's still there, and we just keep looking at it as it is for now. But hopefully one day we're gonna have a nice enclosure. But now, enough talking. Let's go planting. Now this is the last of the Japanese hollies, also the white pines are in. And now we're moving over to the bigger job, which is all the Japanese azaleas. Okay, so that's me done with all the planting. All the azaleas are in, and I'm just going to run you through quickly what I've done. So after digging the holes, I put in a little bit of pre-mixed rhododendron soil into the hole, and then I used a bucket of water to put the azaleas in and let them soak for a little bit. The reason I do that is because the azaleas have very fine roots, and this root ball as it comes out of the pot tends to be very dry, and this is why I prefer to actually put them in a bucket of water as opposed to just watering them. Now if it has rained a lot, like we had, I think it was on the last azalea planting video, I didn't do it there because the root ball was completely soaked from rain, so then it's not necessary, but normally I always do this with azaleas especially. And then I've just filled the holes with the planting soil mix, so that's rhododendron soil mixed with our own soil because we have acidic soil anyway. And then you saw at the front here that I was building up a little bit of soil to keep the root ball in. So that's those areas that may have to be reworked over time. And also you saw us putting some soil at the back here, and this is some excess soil we took out to fill up this area here that we didn't need anywhere else. And that's pretty much it. Adam, meanwhile, has done the watering also of the entire area, so you'll see in the end shot. It looks really, really nice. The moss is nice and green, and we even have some sunshine instead of the expected thunderstorm, which is fantastic to end the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.